for today. Um, Rather than do a in-depth look at a particular card from the major arcana, I decided to do, um, uh, let's say a slightly, let's say a highly personalized reading for myself in relation to the concept of a major arcana card, which I think I was up to number 6, which I possibly will do a video exploring a bit more in depth, but since I am staying with my very lovely partner, who has many beautiful tarot decks, I thought I'd have a little peek into this tarot deck, the Hush Tarot. Very amazing. In so many ways, it resonates with me beautifully. Animal symbolism abounds in it. So a lot of the components of cards don't even have human figures, which I really like. The embodiment of animals as teachers, as wisdoms. But rather than do a reading from a blank slate, I think sometimes if you're able to identify a component already of what you wish to ask about, you can find that card. And that's what I did sort of this morning when Slight Meditations was on the Lovers. So as a posed question, it's like that I had this morning, how do I embody, facilitate, allow, become, enjoy, express, what was the word I had this morning? It's eluding me now. Experience. Move into alignment with. How do I move into alignment with more love? More. Or not even more, just how do I move into alignment with that within a situation? And I think this is an interesting thing to explore, whether it be within self, within dynamics of others, within situations, and in general within the world. It's a question that I'm sure may fascinate many people. And as far as I can tell, I think it's a fairly worthy question. In the portrayal of the Lovers here, we have don't forget the names. Terrible. It is a Monday, and a couple of nights of not the best sleep. But we do have Krishna, and it's just so bad. The name is eluding me. It's not Saraswati. His love interest, portrayed in this card as well. I'll move on, and maybe the name will come back to me. Fascinating, very beautiful story, and very beautiful portrayals of in this card. Very nice. So, with that question posed of how is self, to move into that, a few cards decided to jump out quite strongly. We got 3 major arcana cards and a what do you call them, court card as well. So the Star, Death, Queen of Swords, I do believe, portrayed by arrows in this deck, and the Moon, which is tucked away down here. Now the Moon was at the bottom card, an anchoring energy. Now, what way to read? Let's start with Death. Death is the obvious card in this series that stands out to me. Card 13. I think this is wonderfully expressed. Um, you've got the skull symbolism, but you also have within this nest eggs and hatching chicks. So death often can be associated with letting go of things, transformation and new life, phoenix rebirth, many things that aren't literal death or aren't doom and gloomy. Can be intense and bold and striking energy or aspects of life, but isn't a bad thing at all. So within this, I think there's this like, and it's weird the positionings that it's come out as. It's almost like a central card in relation to all of them, all of these other cards, and can cast a positive or a negative influence on either of the arranged cards, um, as we wish to see it, or as is appropriate to understand. I mentioned a little bit about the star is appeal in the Marseille deck. It translates to the original concept, and it's about what appeals to us, what is our aspirations. This beautiful little text on the card says, "Hunting, we will go." So it's a desire seeking. It's a pathway mapping. It's a action card, a call to action, to actioning of what inspires, what delights, what is a calling, as it were. Guidance, what is our appeal of self towards. And ultimately, I see how death interrelates with this is, okay, if we understand what those things are, what are the aspects that may be in the way or blocking that? Now I'll move to, and that meaning things we could and perhaps decide we will let go of. I'll move through to the Queen on the other side. Queen of Swords is wonderfully got these lovely little dangling stars and this kind of fishing line of hopes, aspirations, dreams. Like that's the point of using oneself in thought, concepts, and voice and word to give power and weight to our aspirations, our intentions, to ourselves to follow them. That is a process of intentional manifestation. That is the process of being mindful of what you say, what thoughts you entertain, what you speak. And if you have a guidance of those things and they come from a direct relationship with the star, your highest aspirations, your appeals, your desires, then that's the energy that can and hopefully will foster the blooming, the blossoming of love, whether it be in self, whether it be with a partner, with family, with one's situation, position in the world, relation to, because the Lovers is not strictly about two people. It can be about many aspects, on the internal of self, on the external with beings. And it is interesting, a lot of these strike me as quite personalized. They're solitary figures, so again, it's a lot more what is the responsibility within self first and foremost, is the better place to start, as I see it. Yeah, and I will show now a bit more clearer this wonderful moon card here. This lovely eye watching the bird, and I find it interesting to note it's almost like the raven here, or crow as it may be seen, I think it is more, looks a lot more death-like than the death card in the position. The death card looks very active. Very active. Yeah, it's even nurturing. See? So letting go it always makes room. Always makes room for new things to be woven in to one's life, support structure, nest for new things to grow. Which is wonderful. And so we have the moon now, which is, yeah, to me, the crow looks somewhat pained. And the moon oftentimes can be about illusions, distortions, shades, and sometimes seeing where we have I was going to say misgivings and misguidedness within self of concepts of who we are or what's important or what matters or the deep reflective self-analysis process. It can oftentimes be indicated by the moon. So interesting that is a anchoring card within this spread. And let's not knock over the star. Oh no, we knocked over the star. And and they've all fallen down, which is fine. We'll leave them there. So again, how death, relates to the Queen of Swords is maybe a recognition of where ideas, thoughts, concepts we've entertained, we've held on to for time, may not necessarily be the best things to help propel us forward. Some of them, right? And at certain times I would say it's almost like a narrowing of focus will lead to better results within one's ambitions in life. So I'll leave it at that and hopefully get a video done sometime soon on card number 6. And hope you have a good day. Happy Sunday or Monday, whatever day it be for you.